and over again. Over and over, over and over, over and over. Happy accidents, accidents, happy accidents, you don't make mistakes. Happy accidents, accidents, happy accidents, you don't make mistakes. Happy accidents, accidents, happy accidents, you don't make mistakes. Happy accidents, happy accidents, you don't make mistakes. Don't get upset if something doesn't go right. Happy accidents, don't get upset. Happy accidents, don't get upset if something doesn't go right. Happy accidents, happy accidents, mistakes. Happy accidents, accidents, you don't make mistakes. Don't get upset. Don't get upset if something doesn't go right. Don't get upset. Don't get upset if something doesn't go right. Don't get upset. Don't get upset if something doesn't go right. And I have made more mistakes. And I have made more mistakes than everybody put together. We develop out of it. We develop out of it. We develop out of it. Accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents, happy accidents. Accidents, happy accidents. Accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents, happy accidents. Accidents, happy accidents. Accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. Don't get upset if something doesn't go right. And I have made more mistakes than we develop out of it. We develop out of it. We develop out of it. Accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents, happy accidents. Accidents, happy accidents. Accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents, happy accidents. Accidents, happy accidents. Accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents, happy accidents. Accidents, happy accidents. Accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. See yourself. Over and over again I say, we don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. Don't get upset if something doesn't go right. You learn from mistakes. Son of a gun, and I have made more mistakes than everybody put together.
Shake it off. Beat the devil out of it and go about your business. Over and over again, I say, we don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. Son of a gun, and I have made more mistakes than everybody put together. Shake. Over and over again. Over and over. Happy accidents, accidents, happy accidents, you don't make mistakes. Happy accidents, accidents, happy accidents, I say don't make mistakes. Happy accidents, accidents, happy accidents, you don't make mistakes. Happy accidents, happy accidents, you don't make mistakes. Don't get upset if something doesn't go right. Happy accidents, don't get upset. Happy accidents, don't get upset if something doesn't go right. Happy accidents, happy accidents, mistakes. Happy accidents, accidents, you don't make mistakes. Don't get upset. Don't get upset if something doesn't go right. Don't get upset. Don't get upset if something doesn't go right. Don't get upset. Don't get upset if something doesn't go right. And I have made more mistakes. And I have made more mistakes than everybody put together. Beat the devil out of it. Beat the devil out of it. Beat the devil out of it. Accidents. Don't get upset. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents. Happy accidents. Happy accidents. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents. Happy accidents. Happy accidents. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. Don't get upset if something doesn't go right. And I have made more mistakes than everybody. Beat the devil out of it. Beat the devil out of it. Beat the devil out of it. Accidents. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. Happy accidents. Don't get upset. happy accidents, accidents, happy accidents, accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents, happy accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Happy accidents, don't get upset, accidents, happy accidents, accidents, happy accidents, accidents, happy accidents. Don't get upset. Accidents.
Hey everybody! How's it going? Ah. Ah. So what do we got here? Okay. Food. So we had a whole thing planned for the first half of today. The whole thing was planned, scheduled. And I love Allie, I love my friends, and it just went overboard because that's life. And then we got in deep conversations. I was like, I haven't had breakfast, I need to order food. And then the food's showing up as I'm going live. I'm like, ah! And I'm like, these guys are waiting in the wait screen way too long. How is everybody doing? You know, some of you might be celebrating New Year's right now. Some of you might... It's blurry because the shot is focused on these amazing rocks. Some of you might be celebrating New Year's right now. Watch, if I stick my head farther back, I should be in focus now. Oh. Imagine if there was no shirt there for a second. All right, Sam, Sean, Sneaky, Brickmaster, Chance. Who came and went during the long waiting period? No one. Amazing. Sean, you got your 12-month badge? Happy fucking New Year. Sam's at 9. How's what's everyone's rating? Not rating. Months. What's everyone's months at? So Sean's at full on 12. Brickmaster's at 12. Doing fantastic. Been on the work crunch. Heck yeah. My YouTube channel launches tomorrow. Sam, drop the link in the Discord so I can share it with everybody. You know, if the link exists, you can also drop it in chat as long as the bots don't take it out. A little over an hour to New Year. Woo! I may not stay to the end of the stream. That's okay. I might not stay to the end of the stream either. What's the next number dice we got? After 12? I think it's a pretty big leap. I think it's like 16 or even freaking 24. It's a big leap. I'm gonna have this French fry. With some barbecue sauce? So, we got all these rocks. Bump the mic. We got all these rocks. And I've been just going at it, working on these little half walls. You guys know what these are. I put magnets at the bottom to weight them down, but I have all 8 ready and done. Come here, focus. There we go. So we're going to paint those today. We're going to work on the house as well. And paint some pieces that I've forgotten to paint a while ago. All the while enjoying some good fries. There should be a D20 in there. There should be. Oh, man. This came in the mail. Come on, focus. So we got Shadow Dark RPG. There's a couple ways to describe what Shadow Dark is. This is the book. This is the Monster Manual, the Dungeon Master's Guide, and the Player's Handbook all in one. It's really small. Probably one of the best made books I've ever held in that's a gaming book. It's kind of impressive. Old school advanced Dungeons and Dragons dungeon crawling meets 5e design. You play as ordinary people at level 1 or even level 0 and work your way up to level 10 being heroic adventurers. We'll just live vicariously through you as you eat. Nom nom. So it's very like, there's some low magic, low health, a focus on exploration, a lot of the vibes from my Underworld Clock homebrew comes from the vibes that this book has. The writing in the book is great. Spells are way slimmer. Leveling up and making characters is so much faster than 5e. My hope is to actually run the game a couple times off camera. We'll see if I record it like audio only for patrons or not. It depends on the comfort level. It might just be like, we're learning the system kind of recording. I do want to run Shadow Dark for Dracula, Cocaine Owlbear, and potentially A Knight's Tale. Guys, it's the end of the year. Sean, you've been here for a year. Oh, Sean, Chance, Brickmaster. It's been a year. That's incredible. Sneaky, you've been here too. You just don't have the badge number, which is totally okay. Potatoes, man. Potatoes. I sent my link. The videos are scheduled for release tomorrow at 10 a.m. Nice. Extend a massive thank you to you, Cmike. You helped me more than you know throughout the process. Much love, Fables. Sam, you are... I'm so excited to see this. It has been a long time coming. You disappeared because you had to go focus on it, which is fucking amazing. You came back and you're hyping it up. I'm excited to start watching it. I'm excited to see what you're able to make, because I know how hard it is. Brickmaster. Yeah, boy. So Sam, your show is the Star Wars Legion system, run as an actual play similar to what we do on the channel. So it's a Star Wars show. I'm excited. And you're editing, doing the sound design and stuff like that. I can't wait, man. Yeah, so I'm reading. I've had the rules for Shadow Dark for a minute from the PDF that I got when I first supported on the Kickstarter. And the book just arrived. So now I'm like enjoying reading it in person. So I've had like half a year of just digesting the rules, thinking about them, and then talking to my friends about them, hearing their pros and cons when I discuss it, hearing myself discuss it. Sean gifting memberships. Stig became a member. And so being able to like digest the rules for that long, not play it, honestly. Not play it, because I found that for me to learn rules, I have to break them apart, chew on them, and put them back together. If I need to learn rules quickly, hang on to your butts. If I need to learn the rules quickly, I have to open up Google Docs and type out the rules that I'm reading. Get them from my eyes into my brain and into my fingers, and then I have to read them out loud what I just wrote. Then I know a rule. So spending the time just digesting piece by piece before I got the book had saved me many hours of just typing something I didn't need to type. What we got? Agro Bras. I don't like how you eat fries. Happy New Year's, dude. You don't like fries with barbecue sauce? Thank you for the $20, man. I also got some honey mustard for my spicy chicken crispy sandwich. It's vegan chicken because I like grass. There's going to be a hangout stream before we get to the painting, because I haven't eaten all day. Yesterday I cleaned like most of my stuff and half the apartment. You know those days where you just like a wave of like, I just need to clean my space. It is too cluttered. And you just gotta tackle it. And you take one corner at a time and you get through it and you kind of rearrange some of furniture. Oh, such a good feeling. The over the head method. I remember when I was a kid and the New York City Godzilla movie came out, and the movie's whatever, but it was great for a kid. And I saw how Godzilla, it's like a lizard would eat the piles of fish, and it would like for like a week straight. I was so impressionable. For a week straight, I would eat my food like Godzilla. Oh. Oh, man. So the next episode of Curse of Amity Island, I'm just processing all the information in my brain. The next episode of Curse of Amity Island is ready to go. I'm just waiting for the owners of the music, because I used some licensed music just in that episode, is they're out of town for the holiday or out of the office, so I'm just waiting for them to come back in before I can release the episode. Which is fine. It's gotten me ahead of the talking Cmike videos. Tomorrow's episode drops at 9 a.m. It's a great little world building video. It was the first video in the bulking phase of December. But I have the next 3 months worth of videos lined up, ready to go. I did that in 2 weeks. It was like the next episode. If you guys have seen the most recent episode of Curse of Amity Island, you know at the end of the episode, during the hook of like what's going to happen next time, they're fighting a shark in this episode. And I was like, the whole pitch for Curse of Amity Island was Jaws D&D. This is the moment. The next episode is Jaws. And I joke in the episode like, all right guys, that's it, thanks for coming. This is the whole reason we were supposed to play. 16 episodes in, we finally got to the point. I have a whole new combat system that we ran because I wanted to build the intensity, and it moves so quick. It's so high intent. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm on the edge of the seat just watching it in the edit. And the music, I needed to get Jaws music. And I found somebody who did a really cool cover version of Jaws. So I emailed them. And I was like, hey, can I use your music for this? And they went to the channel and they're like, hey, you're monetized, you need to pay. I was like, okay. And they're like, 15 euros. I was like, deal. The cost of licensing music does change depending on the owner, the value of the song, the recognizability of the song, the kindness of the person who owns it. Like, if I was to go to Universal and get the real Jaws music, that could cost me around $3,000 to $30,000. A lot of the music used in Curse of Amity Island is copyright free, using Michael Gelfi Studio mixed with Epidemic, a little bit of Critical Role, and some music that I actually got made for Alien, for like the spookiest scenes. I used that. And then there's music from some friends who are musicians. When the channel first started, they made music for the show, for Refuge. So I use as much of the music that we have access to as much as possible. It's not as composed or well thought out as composing the music for the scene for the episode. But I do take all this music, I bring it into my editor, I balance out the levels the best I can, sometimes better than others, and I make kind of like a loopable track that's like a half hour long from different musics like tossed in, and it's going between them all. And then I export that, and that's the music that I'm running underneath. And then I'll switch it out to a new track depending how the scene changes in the edit. So yeah. Yeah, the music in Refuge was really good. I don't use it a lot because, at least in Curse of Amity Island, because I want the show to sound different. Johnny Boz, Happy New Year's. Dude, I should be dipping this in barbecue. Mmm. The funniest man in the world is in my live chat. Johnny Boz. What's everyone's plan for New Year's Eve? It is so cold in this apartment, guys. And I can't use a heater because the heater's electric, and it just doubles my electric bill. Dude, this food, Monty's Good Burger. It is a vegan In-N-Out. For those who don't know what In-N-Out is, it's a vegan McDonald's. But better. And I went vegan because I prefer grass over meat. I wonder if you would be able to use the music from the Overlord 2007 game. It's possible. Video game publishers are a lot more relaxed than movie studios and music label companies. Because there's an entire sub-market of gamers online that play video games, and the copyright laws don't typically get in their way. Depends on the region. Family board game night? Heck yeah. What's the outside temp in LA right now? My watch isn't on. I think it's around like 55. Overcast. And my building is not insulated. Currently playing with the Goblin? Heck yeah. Put that honey mustard on that spicy chicken sandwich. Crispy, spicy chicken sandwich. So I'm thinking about the rock walls that I want to paint. Stupid autofocus. I want it to match the gray rock more than anything else. Because then I at least have the default rock that I can always use for cave walls and stuff. And then the next time I'm in the winter zone, I'll make some ice versions. I mean, it's not short sleeves. I just have my sleeves wrapped up because I have the oven turned on to bake up the apartment. Ever since I moved out of my mom's house, and I lived on my own, except for Florida because I lived in a dorm, I would always use an oven to keep myself warm. Not true. Not true. So in Florida, it's just hot, and the AC was just stuck on, and it was disgusting and really hard. to live through because it was either freezing cold in the apartment or baking hot outside. Hated it. The walls always sweat. In New York City, I loved using radiators. Radiators were great. After New York City, I lived with my aunt. Because it was her house, I didn't want to turn on the oven to heat up the place. What did I do? I got little radiator heaters and just heated up the spot where I'm sitting. Because upstate New York, it's cold. Then when I moved to California, that's when I started using the oven as a heater. Because when I turned on the electrical heater, the electric bill went from like $100 to $200, whatever it is for that month. For those 2 months, because that's how California works. And it would just double it. Like a half hour with the heater on doubled the electric bill. I was like, no. But if I was like, why don't I just turn on the oven? And I turned on the oven and baked up my apartment. And it was an extra $1 because of the gas bill. Spicy chicken sandwich? I don't know, Cmike. It's a vegan chicken sandwich. Gosh, Johnny. Put some honey mustard back on that. Nope. My apartment was built in 1927 as an old 20s hotel. So they have like you can see where the mounts were for the Murphy beds. Every apartment has like a small vanity room so you can do your makeup before you go out into the town. And yeah, it's just very hotel-esque. And then you have the corner suites, which are one bedroom hotels, which were probably used more for like business meetings. And then the top floor is just a little bit bigger. And built in 1927. The Great Depression hits, and this is no longer a hotel. And so I think in the 80s, this building was bought and renovated into an apartment. Yeah, I think that's true. And then in the 90s, the brothers who owned the building wanted to renovate it and update it, and they had one of two options. They could either ask for government assistance, which they would get a loan from the government, no problem. But then the building would be considered rent-controlled because it got aid from the government. It's a California thing. So that's how that would get triggered, which means rent can't go up more than 3% every year. And if you forget to raise the rent for a certain tenant, that tenant now doesn't have to pay a rent raise or as long as they stay in that unit. But they chose not to go that route. They chose to self-finance with like a bank loan, which then makes the property a luxury apartment. There's nothing luxury about this place. But that's just the term for legal use, which means they can raise the rent as much as they want. Right after COVID, they raised the rent like 10%. It was crazy. A couple that lives downstairs from me have lived in the building since the 80s, I think it was. Their rent has gone up like 200% since it started. It's Yeah, so that's the apartment. It's got a charm to it. That kind of charm where you're like, oh, this is neat. Not sustainable, but neat. But while I was in the bathroom the other day, don't worry, this is an okay story. This is okay. A lot of our bathrooms are connected by this single like silo opening, but inside the buildings. It's like a massive chimney. It's just like an alleyway, yeah. And while I was in the bathroom, I heard the doorbell to the elderly couple that's below my unit. They're the only unit that has a doorbell. And it's just mounted on the door. It's a senior citizen kind of like, make sure you hear somebody at the door. Last week, 2 nights in a row, ambulance showed up with stretchers outside their door, and I heard the doorbell ring. I haven't seen them. I'm terrified. They were a really nice couple. I didn't see them go with the ambulance, but I haven't seen them since either. And I just hope they are okay. I don't want my sandwich to fall into my paint. Stop trying to fall into my paint. It reminds me of the story when Allie and I first went to Paris. We got an Airbnb, really good deal, right across the river from the Eiffel Tower. Beautiful view. And it's like 6 stories up, right? Spiral stairs, no elevator, no light in the stairs either. Super old building. And the first time we get there, I was like, what is that smell? It smells rotten. I don't know what it is. And then 2 days later, each day the smell gets a little bit worse. 2 days later, we come home from a long walk through Paris, and there's an ambulance outside of our Airbnb. And as we get closer to the door swings open. And 2 emergency workers come pulling out a stretcher of what looks like a person under a blanket. So a corpse. The second person on the end of the stretcher turns and sees us and just goes, and keeps going. We get up to the top floor. It's a big body. It's a big corpse. I don't want to fat shame, but clearly obese. Going up the stairs, the smell is horrible. Oh, if you ever wondered what necrotic damage smelled like, this was it. We get to our 6th floor. The apartment across the way, the door is open. The smell's just pouring in. And you can see where the body was left on the ground underneath the skylight, just cooking in the sun. It's horrible. She could... Is like... She had died there like a few days ago. It was wild. Absolutely wild. Now, the second time I went to Paris, nothing like that happened ever again. Good timing. All right. Starting to get a little full, which means we can paint. All right. So supposedly this top-down camera is going to work. Let's see if it works. Hey, it worked. So we got our rocks. And for those who don't know, the texture at the top is basically black pepper powder glued to the top. So the moral of the story is now everyone knows how to describe necromancy in a new way. Yep. So for my gray rocks, we're going to start with mud brown. Was it cold outside?
Yeah, kind of dark. But it's like actually winter, which I love.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have to heat up your food.
Oh, I know. I thought about that. I was like, oh, cute. You did 50-50. Was barbecue?
Yeah, there's barbecue and honey mustard.
Oh, you didn't do my habanero?
I forgot.
I love you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I got mud brown, and I'm just going to do kind of a pass on it. Floppy pass. No,
Oh, you're able to put mustard on?
no,
There's nothing.
there's nothing on them.
Oh,
It's a different taste, but it's still good. We have mustard. You can put mustard on it. So the reason why I'm putting brown on over the black is you can see on the gray rock here. I don't know if you can see it, but there are elements under the gray where, rather than just black, there is a mineral essence to it. And that's all I'm trying to capture.
chicken sandwich?
Yep.
Not a burger?
Yeah. I'm sorry, did I order food wrong?
I always get the burger. I'm not like a chicken person like you.
I'm a chicken?
You're a chicken.
Wow, guys, you heard it here. I'm a chicken.
So you didn't do anything wrong. I'm just shocked you chose that over a burger.
Well, I'm a chicken. Yeah. This is a pretty dark brown too. No one calls me chicken and gets away with it. Don't call me chicken. Great. You're a chicken that ate a fake chicken. Does that make you a wannabe cannibal? Maybe. If I think too deeply, it might.
You didn't even think about surprise me your choices. Very happy with it. What if we think Luna's like, can you stop leaving the room and all these questions?
Can you stop leaving the room? I haven't touched the cards at all.
They're safe. Okay. Keep forgetting to use those cameras.
I'm not using those cameras at all. Ellie needs a wearable mic. Allie does what Allie wants. We all know this.
Shit talk. Ellie needs a wearable mic just to have one walk around.
Yeah.
Tell them all I said hello. Happy New Year.
Allie says what she said.
Can they hear me?
I don't know.
Hello and Happy New Year, everyone!
I think they can. The cats are wrestling on the couch. Luna just knocked Snape down, and now she's stretching her claws. Victorious. Wada, you lost the fight. This is my couch today. Well, there's some spots that I didn't get with the spray paint. Well, good thing I'm doing a little pass with the brown. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the brown I'm using. Multi-surface satin, real brown, dishwasher safe. Acrylic paint. (2024), guys. just around the corner. We did it. We've all lived as long as we've lived. We made it this far. Life brought us together. We're here all as one across the world. Guys. We did it. As my phone says, low battery. I much prefer the real brown over the fake brown. Yeah, that vegan brown. That vegan brown's got a lot not going for it. There we go. Now we're actually going to paint some of these wood planks, these bridges that I made a while back. Never got to painting them. Same color brown. Do you know? I imagine. Yeah. Fun. Broke it in half again.
New Year's stream.
Sometimes I wonder about just painting things before gluing them together. Stick that super glue. Go. And just let it sit there. Now it's a drawbridge. My headphones just ran out of battery. No! Now I'm out loud. I can't whisper secrets into your ears. What will Miss Chance Trailer? What will Miss Chance Taylor think of the things that we're saying online now? The secrets have been uncovered. The drawbridge. She's in the other room. That's what they all say. So I've been looking up how to do, I guess it's called invisible auctions, which is just online auctions. I'm still wrapping my head around it, trying to figure out the right way to do it, so that way you all have a way to get a chance to have, like, the stuff that I'm trying to get rid of, the minis, and the terrain that I don't use anymore. We'll figure it out soon. I just gotta, like, learn it and feel confident about what I'm doing, so any mess ups that I make aren't disastrous. This is dry-ish. This is very dry. But I also see some spots that need some brown. Which one? The one in Europe? The one in, Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah? Ooh. Here comes the tedious, quiet part where I look for all the little things that need patchwork. So tonight we're going to finish watching Conan? Did we want to finish watching Conan tonight? Before we go? Because I really feel like we're watching Conan the Destroyer. We finished watching Conan the Conqueror. I think I think the tower in Conan the Conqueror and the heist in the first movie and the heist into the cave to save the princess are pretty good, like, quests. Especially with the no, that's the first movie. Yeah, there was a quest. Remember, they had to save it. They snuck in. There was like,
Oh, the snake gods.
yeah, the snake gods. Yeah, the princess in the second one's different. Though the ice castle in the second one, Brian the Barbarian. The ice castle one, I definitely want to make into a dungeon, because that's really cool. Like, for the time, some thought got put into that to make it a cool dungeon. Barbarian. I know that the tower heist is in the movie is pretty simple, but the tower heist in the books, because there's one tower heist, I really want to make a one-shot based off of it, because it's a cool adventure. The rattlesnakes, the snake cult, the rattlesnakes. Yeah, sure. That's a deep cut, Sam. Just attention. She's looking up at you. She's looking at you. So we'll let this all dry. We got 3 bridges, we got 8 rocks, they all just got dry. Where's my cup of water? Next up, we're gonna play with this. And then the house. The part in the cave in the first movie has some of the most unintentional, hilarious scenes in my opinion. It really does. It absolutely does. Here it is. I found my water bottle. I've actually not watched those movies. Do yourself a favor and grab a few beers while watching. Yep. Don't watch it with your goblins either. It is not a goblin-friendly movie. I still love in the first movie how they explain why Arnold is so big. It's such a bad... Oh, it's so bad and so good. It's supposed to be in the world of the books. It's not somewhere in... Oh, if you're trying to think of the locations themselves, that's pretty funny. But where it takes place, I think it's on the edge of Silurian? I don't know. I'm trying to remember the names of the nation in the Conan books. I'm at the point in, because I have the a collection book, so every chapter is just one Conan book. I'm at the part of the collection in order of release, not in chronological order. Dakota. The writing is getting a little less well-aged. Whereas early on, I was like, okay, this is fine. It's in the perspective of the characters, and then it started like feeling not, and I'm like,
Hey, the Mario movie is on Netflix.
Do you want to watch Mario instead of Conan the Destroyer?
Not tonight, I'm just thinking. We have that and The Meg to watch. Oh, Elvis is also on there. It's just movies that I'm like, I'm not going to pay $20 to go to the theater, but I'm like curious. You know?
We have to watch Meg 1 before we watch Meg 2.
That's fine. Snakes, okay.
Alright, so you guys need to be able to see this. So, come on down to the desk.
The Meg is also on Netflix.
Great. Where's the macro lens? Where? As far as I can tell, the movie starts in Scandinavia, then goes to Japan, then Conan finds Atlantis somewhere. The witch? Yeah, the witch in the first movie is definitely not goblin friendly. The horse stunts? It's just animal abuse back then. Those horses go head first into the ground all day long. Allie wants to also watch the reboot, the failed reboot for Conan.
Hey, who said it failed? People? I don't care about that.
Honestly, all they have to do is take one book adventure.
As long as I
They could take the first book. They could take the second book. I'm a fan of the Elephant Tower, and they could take the one where Conan retakes his city while riding on the back of a Pegasus dragon. Like, pick one of those books and just turn that into a movie, and the franchise would start on a high note. Nikki says, I never heard of the reboot. That probably means it failed. It stars Count Drogo. As a barbarian. Which I think the reason it got greenlit was they're trying to bank off of him being Count Drogo on an adventure, basically.
Did you just call him Count Drogo?
Isn't that his name?
It's Khal Drogo.
Khal Drogo?
Is he Dracula? Count Drogo?
Khal or Cal?
Khal.
Khal?
It's Khal.
Khal?
Khal Drogo.
Khal Drogo. Just putting a bunch of nails in the wood. Jason Momoa, yep. If I had a friend who was big and muscular, and I had a 10-bit camera, I would take them out to the deserts of California, and we would make a Conan short film, 100%. Luna's being a little toot right now. I'm speaking so far away from the microphone. I'm sorry, guys. No, I broke the wood right here. Just tear this out to make it into a gap. There we go. There we go. So now what is needed... Hang on to your butts, I'm about to move the camera. So, what is needed now? Ugh. It's like a roller coaster, guys. How high can you go? So now what we need to do is just prime it black. Or no, now I need to put bricks lined across the outside. Sneaky Happy New Year. Wish your neighbors Happy New Year for us too. Just go up to them and say, hey, the live chat that I was in for the last hour wishes you Happy New Year. So you just gotta add bricks to the sides of these, which is super easy. Then I can prime it. Probably can do that by Tuesday. I say that. Let me get the house. There we go. So the house, as you can see, I have glued the door to the house. It's pretty sad. I put black primer on the 3D printed windows, so that way it catches the spray paint. And I got the first roof planks glued on. And all I've done so far to the rest of the planks is texture them. So for this wall, we need to build up the wooden plank framing. So we'll have 2 pieces of wood that go straight up, and then one that goes across on the inside. Similar to the style of this window. And then I will probably put a window here. Or not. I'll see how I feel. The base of them is magnetic, and it kind of just snaps in, which I like. But because of my measurements being just a little off, I need to line the outside with my small bricks just a little bit, and then I'll be ready. I'm signing off. Have to start making dinner. I'll see you on the next stream. Have fun. Happy New Year's, everyone. Chance, have a Happy New Year. Wish your goblins a Happy New Year. And you enjoy that dinner, buddy. I'll see you in the next one, buddy. Bricks. I'll probably end the stream. Let's see, when did I start? I started at little after 1:30, 1:40ish. So this is almost an hour. So I'll probably go for another like 30, 40 minutes. I'll feel it out by just doing some of the gluing, and we'll be pretty much good to go. So we got our planks. We got our bricks. I need to get my hot glue gun. And we'll build. We'll get the first house basically done. Grab a battery from my phone. Oh, just put my phone over here. Now that it can't be on the stand. Okay, so I got the hot glue gun. Which I pretty much need for the roof pieces. Because the roof is just slightly different than it's supposed to be. Like, it's slightly off. And that's just my cuts. So having the super glue helps keep the boards on. Let's see. Oh, this is just a nice piece of wood texture. Like I said, I cleaned up yesterday, so I moved all my stuff. Great.
Third doctor will see clear. Choose something good.
There we go. That looks neat. POV Cmike is putting all this work into Cmike is putting all this work into the house, only for it to be struck with a fireball in 5 minutes. Yup. But what's great is the fireball's in our imagination, whereas the house isn't, so it's safe. Sick. Hot glue gun. It's not technically ready. Okay, so that goes there. Okay. I like the look. I think I wonder if I should just do a crosshatch? No, that feels like really big for a crosshatch. Double window? Window on every side of the building? Remember how much work you put into painting the ship just to destroy it in episode 1? Yeah, it was great. I still have that shit. Now we just slip this through. There we go. this glue gun ready?
He keeps spinning it.
He's amazing. My big boy. What are you crafting over there?
I'm making bracelets for Paige for her. She did a book for her. Got her a book. Making her some bracelets.
And then it'll just end up on eBay. No, I don't think the ship's going to end up on eBay. I have $3. All right. Now that the glue is dried up, we can actually start putting on the roof. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there, everybody. Okay. I'm super excited, even though you can't tell by the tone of my voice. Look at that. That looks nice. Maybe too nice. Fireball. You know, that house looks really nice. It could use a little bit of fireball to it. Just a little bit. Maybe a third level. Super tubular. There we go. Guys, it's a full roof. But now we need to clean up that top. I think I cut the piece that was meant for that. Okay, 'cause I have the cabin's top beam. I have to cut that. Dang it! That's okay. Ta-da. And then the foundation, How can I help you, Luna? Muffin, how can I help you? Are you being a toad? Do you need my attention? Do I want bricks like this, or do I want bricks like this? I want bricks like this. A lot of little bricks. Oh. It's pretty satisfying taking the house off of the foundation. Some hot glue there. Ooh. Right now I'm trying to like feel out the vibes of the bricks. Haha, it's gonna be so well insulated. Guys. Did you know it's going to be insulated? It's a pretty good joke, though. What kind of paint touches to make it aged so it doesn't look new? Well, first we're going to paint it as if it's new, right? We want to get to that stage because it needs to de-age from there. So we got the classic plaster look, wood look, highlights, stuff like that. From there, I don't know, it's like a mixed bag of thought, because my thinking is I would like it to be for multiple terrains. So one thought I have is paint it for the terrain that it needs to be painted for. And then next time I need it in a different terrain, you know, it's not like I'm gonna go from needing this house in a grasslands and then an Arctic tundra all in one session. Like, the odds of that are phenomenal. It does look better with bricks. Cool. So my thinking is I can paint the decay over and over as much as I want for the terrain I need it in. So for Dante's Peak, these will probably get painted with some moss, some greenery, make it look like it's being eaten up by grass and vines. And then when I need it for a winter house, I will swap out the moss for snow. I think that's pretty good, right? Just repaint the decay over and over. I think that's smart. Decay wise, that's what I'm thinking. Very similar to how we approach the pillars, where we paint it and we add the wizard orb green on top. Then from there we add a wash to really sink it in. Did the glue already dry? From there, I don't know. I think at that point, I want to like let the piece inspire me. Like the green makes sense because of where it's going to be. Cool. Get to that point and then let it inspire me to go one extra mile. Let's take a look at what these bricks look like with the house on top. So that's what it looks like. The bricks pop out just a little bit, which is nice, versus the opposite side where it's a little too flush. What time is it? 3:30? Probably go for a few, see how far we can get with these bricks in like 15 minutes. It's the new house for the orphanage. Yeah, so that way the kids earn their sleep. They have to climb all the rocks just to get there. There's an orphanage in every town. Every town has mothers that want to abandon their children. What was this? What's that movie? Something Blood. There Will Be Blood. I abandoned my child. I abandoned my boy. Yeah, you're not getting paid for that. I'm giving you a hard time. If I drink your milkshake, what happens? I don't even know if I'm doing this on camera anymore. Let's get this closer so you guys can see what Papa Cmike is doing. You're crafting?
This is a Fearless bracelet. So it's one of her favorite albums. Like Fearless.
So Allie had just spent the last half hour making friendship bracelets for all her new co-workers.
No, this is just for one person.
For one person.
And then this is Book Besties.
Book Besties.
Paige said like sage green is her favorite color, so
Uh-huh.
I tried to like hint that in there.
Okay.
And then her favorite book is that rom-com we watched, which is Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Mm-hmm.
So I made it themed off the book.
Okay.
And then I put like a gold one there since it's for like royal, and then I had like the red and the white and the blue. And then one of her favorite songs off Folklore is Betty, so it says Betty. And there's stars because in Betty's song Cardigan.
If you can't tell, this is Taylor Swift themed.
Yeah. In the song Cardigan, which is from Betty's point of view, Taylor has the line you drew stars around all my scars, so I put stars on there for that.
Stars for scars.
But then I made sure like all the stuff with gold themes, because Folklore is kind of like a gold theme. It's also woodsy, and I had these leaves. I also needed to fill space.
Classic.
And I also tried to make it like as minimal, like as muted as possible, because Paige said she likes muted stuff, but I'm also trying to make it themed, so
Yeah.
I think she'll like these. They're pretty like toned down. Like they're all like color coded and stuff, so
I think... I was just putting glue on, I'm sorry. I think they're pretty.
thanks.
And I think they're very decorative, and she's going to be really happy to have those.
Yeah, and they're like all stuff that she loves, so it's fun to make.
Good job. Now get back to work. No.
Okay. I just realized as I leaned over to let her I was like,
Perfect. I need to go to the post office too. One thing is, once I get more, something I didn't do enough of in Curse of Amity Island, mostly because I didn't have the mini for it, so I didn't think about it, was taking, having multiple hero minis from the characters, because I give them to the players at the end of the campaign as like a treat to have. I need to have duplicates so that way I can film cinematic miniature B-roll. Something I want to try to do in Dante's Peak is do that.
we should be posting all those on social.
And then we post those clips. Yeah. That's half the reason I'm dedicating so much time to making these, is like so we can make footage like that. We're almost around the whole thing, guys. You want to make me tea too? Thanks. Can I get the other tea? Oh. Oh. But I want the tea that I want. Huh? Well, if they would just make an opening for them. No! You will not shame me on camera for how I open tea boxes.
Front, you see?
Yeah?
Right in
Well,
here.
you can't even do it.
That's how you open it.
That's how I try to open it every
No,
time.
This is what you did. You went right
Right? Yeah, for Sam, for the tournament for A Knight's Tale, I gotta think about the system a bit, because yeah, I put enough work into the campaign that I understand how to run the whole campaign, except for any jousting or anything like that.
Just for the actual.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of progress.
No,
It was hard.
I'm just teasing because the whole plot of Knight's Tale is he wants to become a knight, and in order to do that, he has to do it through jousting. Who's trying to speak to me?
I don't know who's trying to speak to you. Well, it might be a friend.
No, it's something for an election.
Is it the Bernie Sanders message?
No, it's Nikki Haley. Before you exit this visit, please take 30 seconds to read this important message, and then it's like a something.org. I don't know if you are Nikki Haley.
We develop breeds of horses with different abilities. So I've basically begun to do that with axe beaks because I don't have horses in my campaign. So it's going to be jousting on essentially ostriches meeting cassuaries. And then check-based system with a knockdown damage threshold. Okay. So my brain goes to... You could do attacks if... No, you don't want to do attacks. Because the chance of failure on an attack is far higher than failing on a saving throw. Because if you fail a saving throw, it's more likely to happen. It's like just, it's flipped on the DC. You want low or high. So as you joust, you roll checks, saving throws.
No, I feel like for jousting, you need a strength check because you have to hold it and be able to hit it, and then you need to pick a check for striking.
So it's if it's just going to be a strength check, it might as well be a melee attack.
Yeah. No, I don't know, because when you're jousting, it's a mix of strength, intimidation, and I would also say constitution, because you have to be willing to get hit, but also like trying to not get hit.
What we could do, just how far can we simplify it, right? That's the question. I think it could be a strength. It could be a melee-based attack for jousting as you ride on your cassowary bird creature. Riders would take different stances, which provide different bonuses: aggressive, passive, or defensive. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's start with the basic. I know you have a whole system, Sam, but you're inspiring me to create a whole nother one. So we do attack. Let's use attack and damage and hit points. I think if we go to that core combat system, there's something there. But there's a lot of HP. So if we did attack, damage, hit points, that means the level system that gives you more HP as an adventurer is actually giving you more HP for jousting as a knight. Leveling matters. We lowered raw AC because you are attached to the line of attack, so it's more likely you will be hit. This is fair. I think it's a times 10 damage. The reason why I say that is in SW5E, Star Wars 5E, the damage system for spaceships and vehicles is normal dice. Small vehicle, it's a D4. Medium vehicle, D6, D8, so on. Just like you would with a sword. But because it's a vehicle, it's times 10. Which I fell in love with that math of like, oh man, that's super simple for scaling.
You're gonna let it steep for 6 months. What's your thing to put?
So, what if jousting, when you deal damage, it's the damage die of the lance times 10? HB was called Resolve. Damage lowered your ability to stay on the horse.
Oh,
Yeah, Sean's in chat. Allie says hi, Sean. Critical hits had a chance to shake you. There we go. There we go. We got a wider brick setup on the house. Critical failures and successes for ability granted temp boons. Go. Let's put the house on top. I think that looks great, guys. I just got a detail around this window and we'll be good. All right. then we just need to measure this. All right, let's glue this wood on, and this sucker's will be finally ready to go for paint. Because of the resolve, instead of a player hit point thing, it enables a separation of mortality wounding and strikes. What if when you joust, if you get hit, you take a point of exhaustion? And I mean like heroic exhaustion, not rules as written exhaustion. Ta-da! So it's a -1 on D20 rolls and spell saves. The house is done, guys. The first house. It's probably going to be the only house. And I'm gonna have to find a way to reuse it. That's how it's gonna work. And then I will build a second house in the near future. That's just how it's gonna have to go. Oh, it doesn't have the roof piece. Dang it! It's supposed to look a little bit like this. I love it. I feel so proud of myself. So, in your system for jousting, Sam, we have lower AC. HP is renamed to resolve, so that way it doesn't communicate mortality. Critical hits have a chance of shaking you, and I would imagine if someone lands a critical hit on you, that means you have to make a save to, like, stay on the horse or something. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Then aggressive, passive, and defensive boon. Or positioning. So it's kind of like a maneuver or an action, like the dodge action, the dash action, something like that.
Is that mining for home?
Nope.
It's not Cinder and
Nope, it's just a house.
what's Benji? Like what's my brother's name?
It's just a house.
You have a lot of houses.
Well, I thought about that. I think I'm only going to make one for now. That way I have one that can be reused. Because we don't have that big of a battlefield. And it's a small town, so people have big yards.
So it is our home. It's just multiple.
No, your home is this fucking thing.
Oh, we haven't started it.
It's huge!
We live in a mansion.
It's like 3 times the size of the house. Sorry, it's technically 2... It is 3 times the house if I go this way. But if I do this way, it's 2 times the house. Defensive works like parry, reduces the damage. Aggressive increases crit chance. Passive, get a boost on a skill check on the animal handling. Oh yeah, animal handling is a thing. I'm gonna have to write some of these ideas down and like formulate what makes sense for my brain. And I'll share them in the homebrew, and Sam, you go ahead and critique me. In the Curse of Amity Island adventure book, we weaved in the underworld clock into the first 4 chapters. So that way you guys have and I'll probably release the first 4 chapters again on Patreon in like a couple days. Because I think it's in a really good spot. Chapter 5 and on is a lot of work, and it's taking us a long time. But I feel like it's a good example of how to run the underworld clock for your own game. I use it in examples such as... Because I learned about the underworld clock, halfway through the adventure. So my thinking was, how do I apply this as if I had it when I first started the adventure? And one of the ways I would have done it is a ticking clock until the next event happens. So it's like, when we start on the ship, when the clock reaches 0, the fog rolls in. That kind of thinking. So because it's all about the next encounter gets triggered because of the clock. I wrote down the clock on how to use it because it's heavily inspired by MCDM's patience during negotiations. So you can use the underworld clock for this. So the clock starts at 24, and when your players are rolling charisma checks to convince the bad guy to let them go. You also have another player roll on the underworld clock to tick away the patience of the monster or the villain. If you don't, you have to get 3 successes before the clock strikes 0. And I thought that was a really interesting way of using the clock. Because in worst case, you roll, because they're D6s or D8s. That's 4 to... You have 4 to 3 chances, depending on how you roll. If you roll really bad all the time, worst case 4, average 6 chances to get a charisma check. So, using the underworld clock to keep the adventure moving, using the underworld clock to represent the patience of a villain. If you get when using the patience system through the underworld clock, at 10, you have something happen, 10 on the clock or 12 on the clock. So that way it's like, as the example that happened in the adventure, an intern goes running away and the bad guy grabs him and kills him. Yep, interns. So that happens, that would happen on the clock at 12 or 10, the halfway point. And then at 0, there's no more negotiating with the villain. You're out of patience. Those are probably, there's a couple other uses of the underworld clock. Like, I use the underworld clock to represent the storm. So you want 3 successes before the underworld clock hits 0, which represents the storm destroying the ship. And then using it as patience. So you're getting like 3 examples on how to use it, where it propels to the next event. You want to outpace it in a survival against nature. You want to outpace it in a form of negotiation. Then the rest of other points of the adventure will use the underworld clock as written, which is as a exploration ticker for wandering monsters. So I'm really happy with the underworld clock as a subsystem. I think the link to the underworld clock is down below. Patrons get it for free. Where's the description? I don't see it. Let me try to get that link. Oh, I know where the link is. There we go. Copy link. Papow. There we go. So I just posted the link to the Patreon post. If you're a patron, you can get it for free. Otherwise, the link. Yeah. Otherwise, if you just want to drop a couple bucks and support the channel, you can go to the Discord link in the chat, and that will bring you to the store so you can just buy it. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun of like using the underworld clock for so many other things. It's a great system. I'm really happy. And it's also a great way if you want to support the channel is get the underworld clock for yourself. So we have the house. It's basically done. I will cut a piece of wood and put it at the top and prime it. And on the next stream, you'll be able to see me start painting the house. Then these rocks are finally dry. They have their nice brown. Well, they're very brown on camera. That's impressive. What rock is this? Oh, interesting. It's brown. Oh, that's just the lighting. Okay. So we got the rocks. I can continue painting them on the next stream as well as the house. Then I have... Those are kind of the two big priorities on top of building up the walls and the bricks for the foundation of the cabin. Then... Let's see. In my mind, I think that's it. Then... Yeah. That makes sense to my brain. So we got that going. That's going to continue on Tuesday. Tomorrow, a first video of the year drops. We have like 3 hours of content that gets dropped on January. All the videos that are going to be released in January are available for patrons on Patreon, except for tomorrow's, which is set to schedule. So, sorry. After, like, the day before it goes up, I'm going to set it to private and schedule. And at the end of the month, you guys will get next month's videos. So yeah, that's the plan. On top of that, editing Curse of Amity Island. Get started on the one-shots. I have those ready to go. Psyche, Happy New Year. And then this coming weekend is session 0 for Dante's Peak. It's happening. It's happening. We're all gonna go crazy. What else? What else? I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. I streamed for a minute. No, it's about 2 hours. All right. I'm gonna drink some coffee and get back to work. You guys have a wonderful rest of the day, afternoon, evening, and of course, Happy New Year, everyone. I will see you tomorrow on the video, and I will see you on Tuesday on the next stream. Goodbye.
Good night. Good night. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night.
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Good morning. Good morning.
Good night.
In case I don't see ya. See ya. See ya. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Good morning. See ya. Good morning.
Good night.
In case I don't see ya. See ya. See ya. Good afternoon, good evening, good night.
ya.
See ya. See ya.
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Good morning. Good to see ya. Good morning. Good. See ya.
See ya.